Here is what's coming up on today's news. First of all, is Walter getting a WWE call-up very soon? Also, a shocking name has skipped NXT and been drafted straight to Monday Night Raw. And finally, big title matches have been added to Crown Jewel. Yes, Andrew, lots of news to talk about, lots and lots of news indeed, moves in the WWE roster and all that sort of stuff, but we're going to start off by talking about a move that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
It might not even happen, but has been speculated to happen.
Indeed.
PW Insider talking about Walter. What are they saying?
They are saying that there's been some talk about Walter being utilised more beyond NXT UK of late. One source told PW Insider over the weekend he was in the United States currently.
That's strange, because that's not where the UK is.
That's
not
the
at
complete
all.
opposite, isn't it?
Yeah. What does this mean? When it says he's going to be utilised more beyond NXT UK, does that mean full-time, or does that mean kind of just an escalated version of what he's already been doing, which is occasionally cropping up in the main roster, the main NXT?
Yeah.
I don't really understand.
I don't really understand either. I'm hoping it is more to do with the current NXT in the United States, because I just think there's a lot more people there that you could have fantastic matches with. Although, you know, on the main roster you've still got people like Cesaro and Sheamus
and Bearcat
like
Keith Lee.
And Bearcat Keith Lee.
Keith Bearcat Lee.
That's the one.
I don't know.
And those matchups would be fantastic too. I just, part of me, I'm not sure about Walter on the main roster. You know, something doesn't sit quite right, because I feel like they might water down his monster persona, as we saw at Survivor Series when he got, was it stomped and then pinned, and that was it. I feel
like he was certainly eliminated very quickly.
Very quickly.
Everyone went, what?
Yeah, exactly.
Also, you know, in recent years, NXT call-ups haven't had a great track record of thriving upon the main roster because, as you say, their gimmicks often get watered down or, in some cases, completely changed.
Yeah.
Adam Cole said, no, none of that.
No, baby.
I'm off to AEW. Speaking of, I suppose moves in the WWE, but this one's actually happened and was confirmed last night. A shocking name has skipped NXT and gone straight to the main roster in the form of Raw, and it's none other than Olympic gold medalist Gable Steveson, who of course won gold in the freestyle wrestling event at the Tokyo Olympics. Now, he announced that he'd officially signed with WWE last month, but are you surprised how quickly and how far he's already been thrust into the company?
Yes and no. Part of me would have thought that WWE might have had him on NXT to develop a little bit, but I guess maybe they just feel really confident in Steveson and just want to get him out there as fast as possible, kind of like how they did it with Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle kind of just came in and then they just thrust him into the limelight, didn't they?
Ronda Rousey as well.
Yeah.
Although I suppose Kurt Angle's a more apt comparison because he was a wrestler rather than an MMA practitioner.
Yeah.
But also because, there was no NXT back then.
Yeah, exactly. That's true.
And also Ronda was a bigger name. So maybe it's even more of a show of faith in the likes of your Kurt Angles, your Gable Stevesons.
Yeah, it very well could be.
Fair enough. I mean, it is strange because I'm not trying to throw shade at Gable Steveson, right? But we've just come off the back of a period of a few years where NXT has hoovered up like some of the very best indie talent in the entire world of wrestling. And then they've said, but you still need to go through developmental. Whereas Gable Steveson, a rookie, well, he can skip all that and go straight to Raw. To me, if I was a grizzled veteran or one of the grizzled young veterans, I'd be like, oh, hang on, what's going on here? Yes, he's obviously got an incredible athletic potential because of what he's already, not potential, he's already a gold medalist, but he's an incredible athlete. But does he know how to wrestle, kid?
That's the thing. I would have liked to see him on NXT with some more of the quote-unquote wrestlers, I guess, as well. Right. You know, like the technical guys, Pete Dunnes and Ciampa's and everybody like that. I would have really liked to have seen those mashups together. But again, we'll see what we get. And I'm excited to see what he brings to the table at least anyway, because there is some really fantastic technical guys on the main roster. And to see them collide with Steveson would be awesome.
Absolutely, and there were some other NXT stars also called up during last night's round of the draft as well. One thing that frustrates me about these modern drafts is that half of the drafts are just this person staying where they're staying.
And they make a big deal out of it still though as well. It's weird.
Cuts to Bobby Lashley backstage going, yes. Come on, still on Raw, baby. But some moves were upwards as NXT stars were called up during last night's episode of Raw. Ridge Holland and Xia Li, but they haven't been drafted to Raw. they've been drafted to SmackDown. Holland also has obviously been quite prominent in NXT at the moment. He's been paired with Pete Dunne. Jai Lee's been part of Mei Ying's creepy stable. But I'm guessing those storylines are going to just be... They've got a little bit of time, haven't they? They've got a little bit of time to wrap those up, hopefully, because this all takes effect after Crown Jewel.
Yeah, October 22nd, I believe, is when it all comes into effect. But yeah, the stuff with Ridge Holland is weird because he's not long come back from injury and was placed with Pete Dunne and seemed to be in some sort of prominent role with him, being kind of like his enforcer type guy. And
but
now,
he's big, so they've cut that short.
So they've been like, nah, not having that.
I suppose so.
Yeah.
They join names that were called up earlier on a few days ago. Hit Row, Aaliyah, and Austin Theory have also been called up to the main roster. I didn't know about Aaliyah, so once I read these notes, I then Googled her and was like, when did she get called up? I didn't remember this.
Yeah.
It was on Talking Smack.
No way.
She was called up on Talking Smack. Well, no, she might do. I'm hoping. I hope she's young.
She is. She's been underutilised in NXT so far. Hopefully, I'm guessing she's gone to SmackDown now. Is that
I believe she's gone to SmackDown.
Then
I'm not certain.
Hopefully she thrives a little bit more. The women's roster is looking pretty good now with the draft. So I'm very excited.
Fair enough. Now, talking of the draft, PW Insider have said that the original plan for night one of the draft on SmackDown was to have Bobby Lashley be the #1 draft pick for Raw, which would get fans to tune into Raw on Monday to see which brand the WWE champion Big E would land on. But that idea was dropped hours before SmackDown, with Big E ending up as Raw's top draft pick. So it was confirmed, he's staying where he is.
Yeah.
I agree with that last minute change, I believe.
Yeah,
I
do you reckon?
So what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with it as well. I mean, I don't really know what more to say on that.
Well, I think that it would have been silly, Andrew, and I'll tell you why.
Go on, you tell me why
it'd be silly. I'll break it down for you right now, because I think that had they just started SmackDown by saying that Lashley was the #1 draft pick for Raw,
then that might have got people...
No, I don't think it would have got people as excited as WWE seem to be thinking here.
Yeah.
I think they would have just been like, all right, because Bobby Lashley isn't a champion at the moment.
No, that's very true.
Just because this to me is indicative of WWE's current issue of jamming together people in feuds and programs for way too long.
Yeah.
So they're going to think that as soon as they put Bobby Lashley up on screen, we're going to immediately go in our minds, well, what's going to happen to Big E?
Yeah.
I don't care what's going to happen to Big E. It's Bobby Lashley.
I
don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too much about it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You know,
I didn't mean to
Jack,
get
it's fine.
Sorry.
I think you're absolutely right there. I think you've absolutely hit the nail on the head.
Sorry.
And again, Bobby Lashley turning up, perhaps that's not as exciting as WWE might think. Like, he's the first big one that pops up, then people are going to be like, oh, not too good.
Potentially.
But we'll see.
Potentially. I'm sorry.
It's all right. Don't worry. You're a good boy.
Thank you, man. And big matches finally have been added to Crown Jewel 2021 as well. 3 big matches indeed, because they're not all title matches, are they? No, they're not. 2 of them are. One of them is. They're all title matches.
No, 2 of them are.
No, one of them is.
No, 2 of them are.
No, one of them is.
No, 2 of them are.
No, one of them is.
No, 2 of them are. Look, 2 of them. That one's not.
Yeah.
Top one's not. Them 2 are.
2 of them are.
He's got it.
The one that's not is the big one, and it's just been made official, but we all knew it was going to happen. Bobby Lashley versus Goldberg. But this time, it's no holds barred.
Whoa.
Because Lashley, of course, attacked Goldberg. Well, defended himself against Goldberg's son. Goldberg has said in response, not only is Lashley next, but he's dead.
Expect death?
Can't say that. Also, the other title match is Big E versus Drew McIntyre. Big E, of course, defending the WWE Championship. And RK Bro, Randy Orton and Riddle defending their Raw Tag Team titles against AJ Styles and Omos. That's a rematch, that one.
Yeah, that's a rematch, yeah.
But, that's fine. It was an entertaining match, first off. And, of course, Crown Jewel will take place on October 21st in Riyadh, the second most beautiful city of Riyadh, because obviously Jeddah is the most beautiful city of all. I don't know. Guess so.
Geography.
Well, they always, when they were hyping up the Greatest Royal Rumble, they were like, the beautiful city of Jeddah, it's so beautiful. And then when it was Riyadh, they were like, the city of Riyadh. I was like,
that's mean. That's not nice.
But Riyadh, I think Riyadh's the capital, but still, give it some love.
Come on, do it.
No, the beautiful city of Jeddah will not be hosting Crown Jewel. It'll be the alright city of Riyadh. Thanks very much for watching, everybody, and we'll see you very soon.